All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are waiting for the next teams to set up, but you only know one of the teams that is going to be playing right now. You see them up on the screen. They are Team Red. They had just finished their round, found a nice little victory there in that last series, but they're going to be facing off against Team Green, and let's take a quick look at who Team Green is going to be. For the captain of Team Green, Project Jamesify, followed by Gaming Lady Nietzsche, Gamertag VR, The Lonely Viper, and MRTV, or Mr. TV as I will be calling him for the duration of this cast.
But I'll say this for Team Green: if they underestimate Team Red, they're going to get punished time and time again. If Team, especially, I'm saying this mostly to Lonely Viper, and if he underestimates them, and if he just tries to go in and do, as I was saying before, like a pub stomp tactic of just charging in on a flank, expecting easy kills and an easy pickup of the team, he's going to get punished time and time again. And I almost want to see it happen. I actually want to see Viper take a misstep and underestimate Team Red and get punished for it. It would be very satisfying to see that.
Yeah,
it just gives you blackmailing content, right?
Yeah.
You just go back and clip the stream and just have that ammo ready for whenever he's getting mouthy on boss fight, right?
You're absolutely right. But again, I'm not, if he gets killed by Team Red, I wouldn't hold that against him, because again, they're playing really well. So there's it's not embarrassing to be killed by this team. They're playing fantastically, and they are playing as a team. More important than anything else, they are playing as a team.
And I do want to give a shout out again to the sponsor of the whole event, the Cybershoes folks, for putting this together and for helping us out with this. If you're interested in checking out the way their product works, obviously all of the content creators here, or I'd say for the very most part, almost everybody, is streaming currently their live view, and there's a chant command for that in Twitch, so you can check out their links. And there's also a little exclamation mark coupon command that we just launched there that gives you a little bit of a discount on these Cybershoes items. So if you take a look at it and you want this kind of immersion in your VR experience, do grab that coupon. They are limited time, I believe, just for the weekend for the most part. So do go grab those and support these guys. They've done a fantastic job in putting this series together. But we don't have a lot of time to talk about anything other than the fact that round one between Team Green and Team Red is underway. Team Red opting for the defense here, Team Green taking offense. We are getting into it.
On ready.
Remember to communicate when you kill something. Oh my goodness, they're shooting already. Don't mind me. Let's go, Cybershoes! We didn't do Team Green. Woo! We didn't do Team Green. Oh no.
And he's got the 12x on that sucker. We're looking up lane 4, trying to look for a defender peek, but he thought he was going to get one, but nothing so far.
I like this setup. Yeah, it's very Lonely Viper to bring a sniper rifle to the shortest map in the game, and that's why. MK17 finds the shots onto Obake, and the multitude of confirmation shots will ring out. Team Red down a man already.
Yeah, starting off strong. Him and Gamertag doing a great job to go ahead and lock down that lane 4. You got Mixed Reality TV, Sebastian here in the center. He's just holding out his position. The team looks like they're still kind of getting set up. And what I like to see here from Team Green is they actually did leave the one guy in the back here, Project Jamesify, to cover any wraparound flanks in case lanes 1 or 4 go down and the defenders decide to get a little frisky. So a great call there, possibly given to him by Lonely Viper in a coaching session. But who knows, overall still a great team strategy and effective push thus far. You can see kind of from the overhead map, they've established almost a direct line across the field. And Viper going to find a kill on a VR Gamer Dude. V-Bunny Go going to return the favor on the Gaming Lady Nietzsche.
Okay, we lost him on the left.
Lonely Viper giving the call-outs there. They did lose a member. They are down to 4. Lonely Viper does find a nice shot onto Proper D there, stacked up. Very dangerous to re-peek a position where somebody has already gone down. And one of those things that comes with experience, obviously. Shots from Soulfox finally do land. Gamertag VR getting knocked down. Now it's a 3v2. Things are staying relatively even here. The flash coming out may have actually got Soulfox. I actually can't quite tell. It was a little short, but he may have been looking in that direction. Soulfox now rotating. If he comes out into this this lane 3 on the north side, he is going to have a bad time as Lonely Viper is kind of patrolling that lane. Now it's all up to Soulfox and V-Bunny Go left to defend this objective. They've got to be careful. Lonely Viper here on this long...
He's got a good look across the field with this angle too. That's going to be good for him. He could honestly call out to his team and let them know, hey, if you're around, you can go for that attack. There's really not many people who can see you. Granted, he doesn't quite know exactly where Soulfox is, but Soulfox not on the proper side of that building to really give a good watch without exposing himself. But I think it's maybe because he knows VR Gamer Dude and Proper D and, well, the third person over there, Obake, went down over on that side very early on in the round. So it could be a planned decision. He does still have view of the objective. It's just concerning to be how exposed he'll have to be in order to get that peak.
Viper is now across. He's in the backside. He's in the spawn of Team Red, and this is where the danger comes in. Now he's got coverage for his teammates. Should they opt to go for this cap here, it's going to be a dangerous one to go for. V-Bunny does still have an opportunity to get an angle on it. However, currently is watching lane 1 pretty heavily. Now, Lonely Viper's making a good bit of noise. You can hear quite there it is. You can hear Lonely Viper confirming that he heard Soulfox, even talking very quietly. The nade going out falls a little short there, but Soulfox is not ready for this rotation on the backside. And I think Lonely Viper might be going... Oh, no. Oh, no. He does get Soulfox killed. No, and the trade comes out. Lonely Viper going for that knife kill for showmanship. And, you know, Radar, it's coming true. He's underestimating them.
I told him.
And this is what it's come down to. It's now a 1v1. V-Bunny Go, the last one remaining. Sebastian still able to be rezzed. You know, kudos to Jamesify for watching that flank for this long, but now is the time to start moving up as 20 seconds are left on the clock, and it looks like Team Red is going to take this point by default unless Jamesify really puts the pedal to the metal, puts those cyber shoes on the carpet, as it were, and gets going, but he's going to run out of time here, and this is a rude awakening for Team Green here in the first round. And there it is. Jamesify not able to get himself anywhere in attack range of that objective, and Team Red will take the first round. Lonely Viper's league skills be damned.
Yeah, that was a great opening kill run from Lonely Viper, as we kind of expected. But then, as I kind of expected, Viper outdid himself with the... well, underestimating the enemy, and as it turns out, Soulfox Gaming looked down to tie his shoelaces just as a knife swiped over the top of his head, not giving the opportunity to kill Viper as Viper killed him. That is just after he took down one of Viper's teammates, leaving just Project Jamesify in the midfield, too far away from the cap, and I guess shell-shocked from everything that had gone on, as he did not push forward on the objective. So, Team Green looking like they were going to take an easy victory there, but Team Red holding the line, holding the defense, and taking the first point of the second series against Team Green. Let's see how it goes.
But now, we get ourselves underway in round 2.
Is it wrong to say I'm rooting for Team Red?
No, it's the only thing that's right, Radar.
Yeah, thank you.
But not because of everyone else that's on Team Green. You're all winners. You're all honorary Team Green in our heart.
That's right. I like how Gamertag's he was standing there and running in place, and you know what that means? It means he's using his cyber shoes. He's actually trying to like actively run before he can be out of the spawn box. So I could just imagine him on his stream there, just sitting there looking like he's just sprinting at a wall. It's a strategy that most people use with their thumbsticks, you know, press yourself up against the spawn box and try to get out as quickly as possible, and he's sitting there sprinting at the wall, trying to get out. But now it's underway. Team Green on the defense, hoping to salvage a point here and tie things up against Team Red. Now, Team Red is on Volk advantage. What we call Volk advantage in Onward means that they started on defense, and if you only win defensive rounds, meaning you stop the cap and kill the offense in every round, you will win the match. So the Volk advantage there is is real for Team Red right now, but they've got to keep winning defensive rounds. Even if they don't win the Marsocs, they can still win the series. The map at the very least on that alone. We'll see if that's the case or if they can even get themselves some additional points here. Oh, Soul Fox. Oh, I don't like how you're aiming at Proper D. That made me deeply uncomfortable as a caster to see that laser there. And Team Red taking their time here. They've got one series under their belt, and they should be more aware of the time in this go round. So we'll see how well they utilize it. As 3.5 minutes left on the clock. All quiet on the southern front.
This is the one map, though, that you can take a little bit more of your time in, especially when it comes to cybershoeing your way up to the objective, because it is a smaller map, so it only takes you, 20 or 30 seconds to effectively get from the back to the front of the map. And, you can be a little bit more methodical going through here, because this center section is a maze, and there's Lonely Viper grabbing V-Bunny as he attempts to push out there through lane 4. Now Obaka is going to be the second victim.
-2
as Lonely Viper finds a second.
Yeah, he is deadly with that SKS. You do not want to challenge him in long lanes unless you're coming out pre-firing or you got some smokes, you got some pressure applied. He's going to be a tough one. He's going to be a tough nut to crack, so to speak, for Team Red.
Yeah, he sure is. Proper D and VR Gamer Dude now pushing towards the lane 1 side. Maybe going to try and breach this street and cross over to the back side of the defenders. But they're going to need to take some key picks here. But I think Proper D can manage to snag this one here onto Mixed Reality TV. Our friend Sebastian there. Yes, at the same time, almost as if it were meant to be, Soul Fox and Proper D both find their picks. And Mars TV is still downed.
Yes, indeed. There's still a res available, but it's going to force a long rotation by Viper to do that. And I don't think he's willing to break his view here. He's got a good look onto lane 3, where Soul Fox is very likely to pop out here very quickly. And if he's not ready for this angle, it's going to be an easy pick for Viper. Then it's going to leave a lot on Jamesify's shoulders. Proper D and VR Gamer Dude both.
Well, Nietzsche's still in the backfield as well, so they do still have one more, and it looks like she might be coming over to get the res onto MRTV, but it is risky. You've got VR Gamer Dude and Proper D both staged right across the street, so she doesn't break the corner. A good play from her. Don't know if MRTV was able to relay any of that information, but shots are going to ring out from Jamesify now on the porch, maybe? I think he might have heard something. He's trying to get some kills through the bushes.
He's gonna have some kills just in general as Proper D crosses over. Does he not spot him out? The shots haven't rung out yet. He's looking right at him. And Proper D's going to capitalize on that. Find Nietzsche in the back. The shots miss. Proper D finds Lonely Viper as well, and that's 2 out. Team Red on a tear. They're finding the last one. Jamesify going down and out on VR Gamer Dude's final pick, and Team Red is up 2-0 in this series.
I love Proper D's reaction when the team won. He's like, hey, way to go, guys. He's just like pleasantly surprised. Hey, we won. Great. Cool. Thanks, guys. Great dude. I love Proper D. Such a nice guy.
The luck not shining on Project Jamesify, then he looked right just as the angle he's supposed to be covering, and someone crosses in front of him, and he misses the shot, doesn't call it out, doesn't rain fire through the fence. He could have got that kill if he'd had the confidence to open fire and just let loose with his LMG in the direction he saw the enemy. As that happened, of course, that allowed the player to cross over the street and then kill Nietzsche and then kill Viper. Project Jamesify giving away his position, which then he was then punished for. So it's looking bad for Team Green at the moment. 0-2 down to Team Red. Team Red obviously coming to this warm. Yeah, they've just gone for the victory. Yeah. They've had a real blood-flowing game against Team Blue, and so far showing dominance against Team Green.
Yeah, I mean, just like you said in the beginning there, Radar, one player does not make a team. Lonely Viper being a veteran of this game and of the league at the VRML, not bearing too much fruit here. He can only cover so many angles at once. He needs to rely on his teammates to pull through here. And, like you said, they're warming up. There's still a bit more to go of game. We're only in round 2. And again, when the objective shifts, as we saw in that last series when we were watching Suburbia, the caps came out when the objective shifted, right? The team that was behind came back in and nabbed the objective the first time. So See that there's still quite a bit to be done here. I'm noticing, Team Green's playing pretty reserved, and I'm wondering if that is some of that like jitters, some of that for getting into this actual competitive match is giving them a bit of pause. So we'll see if they loosen up a little bit throughout the course of this.
I mean, that's a really good point. Other than the Lonely Viper, none of them would have experienced this kind of play before. They would have done scrims, sure, they might have done practice sessions, yeah, but it's very different when you're playing competitively, really, against another team. And if you've never done that before, it really does put butterflies in your tummy. And especially playing on a live stage is being streamed, it changes the game for you completely. So Team Red have had that experience already. Team Green are having a trial by fire.
Yeah, and what a fire it's been so far as Team Red pulling away 2-0 here in the first map. I'll see Lonely Viper there. I mean, just running the instruction. The actual captain of the team is Project Jamesify, but Lonely Viper taking the field commander role here as he sends a few pre-fire rounds down towards the defensive side of the house, but they're not going to find any purchase. Team Red's going to have plenty of opportunity, ample, some would say, to get set up in some defensive positions.
They're pushing quick, watching.
Communication from Soul Fox there, going out to his team. Lonely Viper applying the pressure, coming through.
Look at Gamertag. He's getting real frisky on the lane 4 push. He's going to walk out to CV Bunny standing out in the open, and that's going to open up the objective. There it is. There's the first pick. If he moves on the objective now, he's clear and free to make the cap. Is Lonely Viper? No, Lonely Viper is going to be providing defense. Is Viper going to go for it, or is he going to allow his team to do it? No, Viper's now. He's down on the ground. He's going in for the cap.
Oh no, this is a huge... Oh no, a defensive misstep followed by an offensive misstep as Gamertag VR, unfortunately, team kills the person
okay if they get the cap here.
Yeah, Gamertag VR now got the tablet out. He's looking for the cap. He's punching the code in. The pressure's coming in. The defense is nowhere near this objective. A huge misstep for the defense and Team Red and Team Green with the comeback. 2-2, just like we were talking about. I mean, I feel like we're prescient today. We're just really calling these one after the other. What a series.
Oh, I can't tell you the joy that rushed through me to not see Viper get that cap then. I mean, I love the Lonely Viper, but it's great to see that team kill come out. And it's even more gratifying to see that Gamertag VR, picked up the slack after his team kill and got the cap. So, all is forgiven, I'm sure. But great play from Team Green to push up that flank, take the initial kills, open up the uplink. And unfortunately, Team Red are not rotating to defend the objective, which does surprise me. Soul Fox Gaming, I believe, was still alive. Now, Soul Fox Gaming, we saw before, making great rotations to shut down caps in previous maps against Team Blue. Now, again, leaving the objective that wide open, obviously a costly mistake, an understandable mistake given the length of the team's been playing, but still good defensive lineup. And what I did see, which could have changed everything, at one point, VR Gaming Dude, I believe it was about a meter away from the Lonely Viper and had his back to the Lonely Viper and chose to flank to the northwest rather than the northeast. If he had turned around, he would have easily killed Viper because, again, they were a meter away from each other with their backs to each other. And then he could have gone on an easy rotation and wiped out almost the entire team without any real challenge. So just look at the draw. A coin flip could have changed the entirety of that match.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there were definitely some defensive errors there, though. There was a lot of exposed objective there at the end. You had 3 MARSOC players right on top of the objective, covering 2 of them with their tablet out, so completely defenseless to themselves, with the exception of their one guy over their shoulder with a rifle still. But you're right. I mean, at the drop of a hat, that round could have turned either way. And I mean, that team kill from Gamertag onto Viper could have been the turning point, right? Like, it had Gamertag and the rest of the MARSOC side not kind of immediately just stepped up and ran in there and got that cap. The defense could have recognized what was going on, rotated out, and caught them all in some very precarious positioning, and that's not going to be, what they need. They need to make sure that they're covered while they've got that exposed player out there with his tablet out going for those points.
Now we're into a situation where Team Green is on the defense. They get to try to get at least one more point under their belt on that same objective. and put themselves in a position to try to take the map away. However, Team Red has played very solidly. Aside from that last one with the missteps in the defense, they've had a good 2 rounds. And, dare I say, there's even a potential for a cap here to give them the series. So it's, to give them the map. But I don't know, man. These are so tough to call. I thought these would be so one-sided and, easy. No problem. This team's just going to run away with it. But we're not seeing that. And that is a huge shock to me, honestly, for how well these guys are playing.
I think that also led to a little bit of a misestimation, an underestimation of the time that these rounds would go. Maybe we wouldn't have run a best of 3 had we know that these games would just be so tight. You can't necessarily expect any just random collection of 5 people to give you a competitive matchup. And so far, every set of matches that we've seen has been a great back and forth. There might be times, where one team is ahead of the other, seems to have the edge. But I mean, both teams all 3 teams so far today have managed to really prove themselves and either come back from a deficit and hold things together, or just set a strong pace at the start. And oh man, I still cannot.
Just before we get into the meat of this.
Photo.
Just before we get into the meat of this round, it's worth noting exact mirror of Team Blue versus Team Red last time, where Team Red was 2 points up, and then the opposing Team Red gets a cap to even it. Exactly what happened last time on Suburbia.
Wow.
So at the
This
moment,
time we'll be looking for Team Green to go for 2 caps, right?
Yeah, exactly. Team Green.
That's right. Yep.
Team Green's gonna have to let Team Red win this one, and then go back to offense and get the cap. We'll see if history truly repeats itself. One
down center of the map.
Team Green starting things off a little different this time. Gamertag VR finding the first pick. They're in the middle lane, and now they're gonna think twice before pushing that lane. He's got such a nice little line here. I love this.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive position by typical standards, but it is definitely a key position because you can just flank watch those central routes coming from lanes 2 and 3 as they split in the middle. And it's a perfect spot. And he's got an LMG, so he's not going to have to worry about getting caught out at the end of his magazine and having to reload when 2 people cross out. He's going to be able to just keep dumping rounds and hopefully keep dumping bodies.
Yeah, there's a lot of benefits to that machine gun. I mean, the recoil isn't one of them, but
no.
Yeah, the no need to reload and the ability to pressure players. It's something we haven't seen a lot of. There hasn't been a lot of suppressing fire, right? It's one of those advanced strategies that you'll see in league play, but something that these players, because the positioning to them is largely unknown. There's really no use for their suppression, as it may just be wasting rounds. But now we're starting to see the pressure coming in. Sebastian just turning around at the wrong time. Gamertag, meanwhile, will clean up Soul Fox as he pushes that lane 2 approach yet again, and that has just been absolutely deadly for Team Green right now. Obake here on the backside of the formerly burning building. Now looking to push out. Is he going to spot Sebastian? Oh my gosh. He's under fire from many spots. Jamesify keeping the pressure, pushing him off the corner. Meanwhile, Lonely Viper picking up proper D in the backside. Team Red falling apart here at the seams. The last 2, V-Bunny and Obake, looking to try to make something happen here. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock. That's all right. He didn't flash himself, I'm sure.
Thank God. Yeah, that flash didn't quite go. It is a lot more difficult than it appears to hook a flash around the corner. Now Gamertag's flank around the backside has found V-Bunny go. And the aggression here from Team Green is currently paying off. Obake's caught here. He's completely surrounded at this point.
Yeah, Viper.
And here comes Viper.
Only Viper there getting very aggressive for a guy who failed at knifing somebody. I'm gonna call you out, Viper. There's nothing you can do. I'm up here in the caster box, and you're down there on the field. No, a good series. That was VR Gamer dude absolutely. Sorry, Gamertag VR absolutely dominating that round, and getting those long picks in lane 2 was so crucial there. A really nice pickup, and Team Green now takes the lead.
Yeah, they do. Solid defense from Team Green there. Gamertag's VR, as you said, his flank instrumental in shutting down that attack and really just pulling the rug from underneath Team Red. Which, when you know an enemy is charging around you, it just destroys any momentum that you have and it allows the rest of your defensive team, the Volk team, Team Green, to push in and be super aggressive, because they know if your friendly has flanked through a section, that section most likely does not contain the enemy, and therefore the section that your teammate is yet to flank into contains the enemy. So it can give you like a good kind of insight into the location of the enemy. We saw Viper then capitalizing on that and pushing through to what's known as to where the Humvee area and getting that final kill. So Team Red utterly shut down by Team Green then. Team Green starting to come alive and be more cohesive, and the kills starting to get a bit more shared. It's not just Lonely Viper on there now. We've got Gamertag VR with 3 kills and Gaming Nietzsche with 1 kill as well. So, and we also saw Project James Fire almost picking up a kill, but at least scaring the enemy player away from the cap and doing his job for doing his part for the team. So I think we're going to see Team Green come alive a bit more. But we know Team Red lost this map last round, so maybe this isn't Team Red's map. We'll see what happens on quarantine, and we'll see. This isn't the last round potentially. So we'll see if Team Red can hold it and bring it back.
Yeah, there's still a good potential. They are on defense, so they can at the very least even things out here with a nice. I feel like they've got to tuck in a little bit, right? With the threat of Lonely Viper and that long range danger, that long range rifle that he brings to the table. They've got to stay tucked in. They've got to find good angles, cover the objective, not get caught out rotating too much. I'm sure Cybershoes folks are saying, no, we want them to run around and use the tool. But hey, you also want to win.
Extra.
Yeah, exactly. They got to run around just the right amount in this case and try to get this victory. But we are getting ourselves very well situated for round 5. Team Green, I'm hearing we're going in hard, so it sounds like there's going to be some aggression here. I'm holding you to that, Viper. I want to see some aggression out of this team. There's the discussion on the offensive side. Let's pop in with the defense, see what's happening here.
Looks like V-Bunny Go's already learned of Viper's pre-firing antics down lane 3. She was warning Proper D not to go out there because it could mean Viper's going to go full league status on him and run inside. Just
the trade comes out.
Tools.
Look at that. Gamertag VR is already upstairs. There's no defender that's made it upstairs just yet, and Gamertag VR just sending all kinds of rounds down. V-Bunny Go, no, you've got to come back towards the objective. Soul Fox and Obake, everybody's on the outside of this objective. Gamertag's got pad out. Team Green looks like they may be taking this series. Yes! In fact, they will. The map goes the way of Team Green on that aggressive opening play. And Team Red learning the hard way about that center house objective. They didn't have that objective last time around. And it's very difficult to practice objectives. You have to play a whole bunch of rounds on that same map to get all of the objectives that are possible. And Team Red just caught off guard there, and Team Green taking map 1 in a big way.
So it wasn't quite the mirror of the game versus Team Blue, but they still dropped 2 caps, just like they did against Team Blue on Suburbia. So interestingly, Team Red, something not clicking on the defense of that on that map, defensively defending the objective from caps. But great play from Team Green, aggressive through the middle. Obviously, led the charge by Viper. It's one of those things you get ingrained. You always check your tablet. Once there's been lots of aggression going on and trades going on, you check your tablet to see, right, is the objective open? Do I have teammates near the objective? And that's a key asset that you develop over time when playing Onward. So it's understandable that these teams currently don't have that kind of ingrained in them.
What I like about this map right now, and of course Lonely Viper has likely played this more than most at this juncture, but even to him, this is a new map. This has a lot of new angles, a lot of differences from what he's used to, and I think this is where the playing field is going to get level. If Team Red is going to come back, it's going to be right here on this map on Quarantine, and we'll see what happens. I'm rooting for Team Red to make their comeback here. We always want to see map 3 decider in our matches, so that's where I'm coming from. Sleepy, are you on Team Red bandwagon with me, or are you gonna cruise along with Team Green on their strong Suburbia play?
I'm gonna stay true to Team Red.
I like it. Radar, are you?
Stick with it.
Are we stacking? Are we stacking Team Red with our predictions?
Team Red all day.
Yeah.
I was a Team Blue Team Blue aren't playing right now, so my vote then defaults to Team Red over Team Green, I'm afraid. Again, nothing against Team Green apart from the Lonely Viper.
Yeah.
You
got
absolutely.
everything
That's our
against.
only objective against Team Green right now. The rest of you, we love you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I promise you, that's exactly how it's going to go down. Now, what's interesting about this map is we saw Team Red were dominant on it against Team Blue. They both beat them 4-1 on Quarantine. Now, as long as they tuck in and make sure that they don't give the Lonely Viper easy snipes, there's no reason why they couldn't repeat that against Team Green. I think Team Red have still got a lot to play for. They might have lost map 1, but they lost map 1 last time as well. So I think we're going to see Team Red coming to their own. Well, I hope we are, and I'm hoping we're going to see them shut down Team Green's advances.
Yeah, they've had some really solid play on here, and I mean, Team Red's got sort of still a series of challenges ahead of them. There will be new objectives most likely played that they didn't play in that last series, so they can't just repeat the strategies, one for one. They're going to have to come up with some new plays. But yeah, I think that there's a good opportunity here. Like you said, if they stay tucked in, if they keep calm and rotate very little. Actually, I should say rotate a lot at the end when there's lack of coverage. But keep the rotations to a minimum in the middle of the round. There's a very good shot at them taking this map, and we'll see what happens here. Get into gameplay here of map number 2, round 1. Team Green on the offense, Team Red
Let's work on sending it for the
on the defense.
Send.
I'm hearing what I like to hear. They are in a cap-focused mindset right now. Team Green wants to send that code.
Sorry, that's on me.
Oh, no worries. No, I don't think it came through.
Where the fuck do we get up here?
There's proper trying to climb. Trying to climb. That's what we're missing is the mantle mechanic. I think that's where we'll petition the Downpour development team. Get a mantle mechanic in here so we can hop over these little ledges.
Yes.
Or especially with Cybershoes, you'd be able to hop over. Just do a little jump. Little Cybershoes jump over those as well.
Just give it a jump.
I think Downpour is tuned in somewhere, so I'm sure they're hearing my commentary here. You just make a mental note. I don't have to reach out manually. Just go ahead and...
Uh-oh. That's not good. Shots ring out from the center building, and that's got Lonely Viper's attention with that sniper rifle. I will say that he definitely encourages his team, or the team. It's not really his team. He's not supposed to be the captain.
Yeah, exactly. He's just the most talkative one. He's not the captain.
That's true. He is a very talkative chap. But no, at the end it was funny as he's running away. He's like, okay, go Team Green, love you. Just be a normal Viper. But yeah, now he's got eyes on that center building with a long range rifle, looking to get the kills, but nobody exposing themselves too much. He's given the call out to his team.
He's
however,
looking at Obake. He's sending rounds at Obake. Oh my goodness. He got a little hit marker there. I think Obake caught one in the shoulder, luckily not the head. Now here's what I wonder. Does Obake know that when you take damage in this game, but don't go down, you cannot sprint? You have to actually use your syringe to heal yourself to be able to sprint after taking damage. So now he's walking, and he's going to keep walking unless somebody hits him with that needle. And speaking of needle, threading the needle with that SKS, Lonely Viper finds the angle. I mean, look at this angle. What an angle that is for Lonely Viper to hit. Fantastic shot. VR Gamer Dude waltzing into the same position. This is dangerous. Lonely Viper may re-peek Obake with a nice 2-tap confirm. Evens things out. We're into a 4v4. Nietzsche finding proper D, peeking out the outside. Meanwhile, VR Gamer Dude under pressure from Lonely Viper's position as well. And all of this is prefaced by the fact that Gamertag VR is in prime position to pick these guys up as they try to cross the streets. This is going to be a dangerous cross for Team Red.
Well, Obake TV definitely saw Nietzsche, and there he is. He finds the kill on the second attempt. VR Gamer Dude does make the rush down into the tunnel, but he doesn't manage to get the res, unless, of course, the res is somewhere else for him. But I don't think he's got any syringes at the point. Obake is going to be the one to pick up the kill, however.
It's like a shooting gallery here for Lonely Viper. V-Bunny go, the next one to go down. Now it's 3 members of Team Red, and they are doing the right thing. They are repositioning. VR Gamer Dude on a long rotation out to the southeast here, finding a new approach. Obviously, once you get pinned down in that center courtyard, there's very little in terms of options as to where to go. But that new underground is a great escape. Unfortunately, Gamertag VR ready and prepped for the rotation, able to snag VR Gamer Dude.
And now Obake and Proper D are just like, nope, guess we're not going that way.
I mean, North is the only option, but Lonely Viper's got that covered, and I feel like they definitely know. Yeah, Proper D there saying he doesn't know where these shots are coming from. And that's the danger of quarantine, and especially somebody who knows the long angles could really apply a lot of pressure and be very dangerous to your team, especially with a suppressed weapon. All quiet on the field as 60 seconds are left on the clock, and the quiet shot from Lonely Viper. Gamertag VR finding the final kill, and the excited shots.
Radar finding his new teammate for a boss fight.
I already told you, Eric.
Yeah, Eric for boss fight. He's gonna have to change his name to Eric for boss fight.
Yeah.
A really good series. Okay, yeah, go ahead, please.
Great defensive setup by Team Green there. Nietzsche on the objective. Viper and Gamertag VR covering the north and the south respectively with wide fields of fire. The rest of the team not really having to pull much out. Good push from Team Green. From Team Red. They needed to do more of a rotation into the south or into the north once the central attack started to fall apart, but they didn't lose heart. They still looked for those peaks. They didn't let the time run out. They still try to push forward throughout. So a different style of gameplay, and I think we're going to see them running out of time a lot less now as they get more and more au fait with the time management of this game. But Team Green showing dominance out of the gate.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a dominant play there by Lonely Viper, picking up 3. Gamertag VR with the other 2 kills for Team Green. Looks like we did have a player drop out just for a moment, but he is back into the lobby and ready to go.
There's some little meta things in here that experience really pays off as well. So Viper, a simple bit of communication Viper gave out was that they've got a minute left, they have to push, which changes everything because it means it locks down. You lock down an approach angle to the objective, which is exactly what we saw Gamertag VR do. That little bit of communication, which comes with knowledge, which comes with experience. I know, obviously, there's a minute left. You don't have to have experience to be able to read the watch, but it's what it means to the psychology of the enemy team. And knowing that they're going to be under that pressure changes everything about the way you're going to play. So that also is another advantage that Team Green have got right there. Even taking Viper out as a shooter, he's not a leader. I can tell you that from playing with him for so long. No offense to Viper, he's not a leader. But that's those little tidbits of information and that experience that will come through, which will be helping Team Green outside of Viper's straightforward sniping skills.
Viper's chat's gonna roast you.
Yeah, prepare for the worst, Radar. It's just gonna be.
I mean, you know how Viper is. Can only imagine how his dedicated fan base is.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the defense from
the Sneck Hole. That's his follower group. By the way, the Sneck Hole.
Sneck Hole. Team Red now on the defense here, and they're taking a bit of a reserved approach. We're not seeing that aggressive push out into the south like we saw with Gamertag VR up on the roof, but we're also seeing Team Green take a different approach as they're opting to push all the way up here in the north with 3. And this is going to be what shakes things up.
Bolty over here looking to take down the North Street cross, but as he makes a rotation for himself, he misses a cross. And he's going to miss the second one because of coverage. Some coverage on the western side of the map has been improved a bit, so making crosses isn't quite as difficult. I mean, they're still there. There's still very open streets to have to cross, but not quite as difficult as they were before, as there's a few more walls to be able to use and things to cover yourself with now.
Fox keeping his eyes out and scanning. All right, check in here on this south approach. The north side's getting in there, but they've slowed up a little bit. They're taking their time. We'll check back in with them in just a moment. See how Gamertag VR, the 2 long-range shooters, the 2 guys responsible for the victory in that last round out here. But now, as I say that, Nietzsche finding Soul Fox Gaming on the backside there. She found a nice little angle on him, too, from down low from the first floor. I love that she's whispering. That's delightful.
A lot of them have been, actually, and I think they're just that concerned about maybe there's someone around the corner that could take them down.
There
and
is.
Just like that, V-Bunny.
Literally right behind the corner, ready to take them down. V-Bunny in a great position there, and she's holding the angle. Jamesify's in danger here. Nietzsche's in danger here. If they try to go back and take a peek, but V-Bunny, she's kind of rotating around the corner. She's not stuck to it, which is good. You want to be mobile. You definitely don't want to be where your shots last were. Easy way to get picked off. Now we're in a 4v4 here.
No, I mean a teammate.
Oh, V-Bunny hears this. Jamesify's just on the other side of this wall. Is he going to be ready for V-Bunny's position if he opts to go into this building? I don't think he will. I like his little peek here. All right. Not bad with the defense so far. VR Gamer Dude taking a few shots out towards Nietzsche there. She gets pinned behind that Humvee. Now she's looking to answer back with some shots of her own. She sends a few down. They don't make contact, but Project Jamesify with a nice little pressure from that northern side. V-Bunny, though, shutting it down. It's all over. V-Bunny is all go, no stop as she cleans up Jamesify on this backside. This is this is just the most back and forth it could possibly be. Nietzsche pressuring Proper D on the backside here. He takes cover behind the pillar. Is she going to be ready for this position? Does she spot his arm? She does. She pops the corner, grabs Proper D. Gamertag VR nails Obake, and an unfortunate team kill there. Gamertag VR taking out a member of his own team.
Sorry.
He is apologizing, but she's already dead. There's no more apologies to be had. Just one member of the defense left, V-Bunny. The only one left standing. VR Gamer Dude does have a good position for callouts, though. He might be able to give the information to V-Bunny if she can rotate to the objective in time, but the offense is basically right here. She has got to get out of that building. She's got to get to objective if she wants to hold this down. This is cap opportunity all day for Team Green. They might take the series here. I'm sorry. Very close to taking the series here if they get this cap. V-Bunny, there we go, rotating out, jumping off the first floor. She's got to go. 45 seconds left. Now the offense is feeling the pressure. Lonely Viper confirming VR Gamer Dude. There's no more callouts coming in. Gamertag VR now going for the cap. He's got the tablet out. V-Bunny rotating on the backside. 30 seconds left. If he's not careful, if he's still out in this hallway, V-Bunny might catch the back of him. Now Lonely Viper pushing up with the tablet. 26 seconds. He's got pad out. She's got to keep moving. She's got to get those Cybershoes on the ground. No! Team Green takes 2 points. V-Bunny not able to get there in time. And there's the frustration sounds. You can hear the frustration of V-Bunny as she tried to get in position. Did quite pan out. And Team Green is teetering on the edge of victory here.
It was good to see Nietzsche doing getting 2 pickups on the way through, and V-Bunny as well. The two ladies representing virtual reality community at the moment, both picking up 2 kills apiece, showing that they are every bit a gamer as the male counterparts. Not that it needs to be pointed out, but it's good to see that two players representing. Lonely Viper as well. Lonely Viper might have got the uplink.
He did.
And stole it from Gamertag.
He did steal it from Gamertag. Shame on you, Viper, for taking that cap away from Gamertag. He is there first. He had dibs. I feel like Gamertag VR called dibs on that.
He literally ended the round going, "You gotta be faster." You gotta be faster.
Classic.
GT and Gamertag's just laughing, just dying laughing. I mean, how can you do anything but with Viper? I mean, he's just too extra. He's just too Viper.
He is very Viper. He should change his name. He's not lonely anymore. He's very Viper.
Yeah.
He's just the most Viper possible. No, that was a great play. Honestly, that round could have gone either way. You know, had V-Bunny done that rotation
time there,
15 to 20 seconds earlier, she would have been on top of that objective, and she just took a little too long. Has to be checking that tablet a little bit more regularly to see where teammates are. But I mean, she almost saved that, and that round was back and forth, picks, long range, short range corridors. She's picking off Jamesify on these quick refrags. It was such a good series to watch, and it really could have gone either way. But yeah, really just, I mean, we've said it time and time again. Time is the problem here for these teams, and Team Green really, off of Viper's sort of aggressive go push mentality, is able to manage it just a little bit better. That's what the other teams need, right? They need that one person who's like, we're out of time, we gotta go, we gotta go.
Unfortunately for Team Red, Team Green seem to be hitting the stride as a team now, like cohesively playing with a 3-man and 2-man team, pushing from 2 different directions, sticking together and pushing cohesively, and then of course pushing onto the objective. Well, the remaining 2 pushing onto the objective. They were so tight as a team that Gamertag VR actually killed a teammate who was equally in a great position to attack, just because he didn't expect him to be there. That was good synchronization of location, just obviously not of designating a teammate. And for those watching, I've got no animosity to the Lonely Viper. I love the guy. I was best man at his wedding. That's where this camaraderie and me wanting to fail is coming from. It's not coming from a position of hate. It's coming from a position of love.
We love everybody who's competing here. Everybody's been great so far in the series. It's not easy to coordinate this kind of event. It takes a lot of work from a lot of people, and these content creators have been fantastic in working with us and being accommodating. And we do appreciate all their time. So yeah, we're just having a bit of fun on the casting desk. Do not take our little jibes as anything other than just a little. I do
find it funny that Gamertag did not want to be a part of the team cheer at the start of this round. He obstinately refused and turned his back on the team circle. I think he's a little mad still at Viper for taking that.
I would be too.
In the last round.
Well, come on. I was there first. I had the tablet out. I memorized the code. It's like you're just gonna take that away from me, Obake. You're not gonna be ready for Lonely Viper's position. And there it is, the first pick going the way of Viper.
I killed an enemy.
As he's tucked inside. The call-outs there coming in from Viper are relatively spot on. He does call out some northeast approach people. And if you take a look at the overhead map, you'll see that they're pretty lined up, right? The defense and the offense kind of are 1-to-1.
Gamertag here is getting aggressive on defense.
See, V-Bunny, she's got pad out right now. She's not ready. She could be ready on this corner. She's hearing footsteps. Yeah. Is she going to be aggressive on the corner, or if she's going to let Gamertag hang himself? Oh, the slow peek. The slow peak so dangerous. The trade will come out. And V-Bunny and Gamertag are down and out. Now it is
kind of good, though, that at the very minimum, she gets the trade and a complete trade out. So, there's no risk of Gamertag now getting extra aggressive and coming around the backside. But that's exactly what Viper's done. He's on the backside of the eastern building. He could have gotten VR Gamer Dude if he had just been a little bit quicker to rotate out of that central east building.
Yeah, that's an interesting defensive position. Yeah, exactly. He's stacked up on top of that little catwalk and is able to find the pick long range. That's just going to leave 2 members of Team Red, and things are falling apart. It's going to be 1 victory for Team Red and 1 loss here in the series if they can't come back in these next 3 minutes and at least get this round. I mean, they're going to have to really fight back across a series of rounds, but right now they've got a 2v4 that they have to deal with. Soul Fox and Property, the last 2 left, and these 2 have been strong today, and they have played well over the course of the series. So if anybody can bring it back, it's going to be these 2 guys.
Yeah, they have been definitely getting the primary number of kills here for their teams today, and that they're just the most experienced, I think, with this game in particular. Not that they're any necessarily better or worse than any of their team members or anything like that. And that can be said throughout all of the teams competing here today. It just, experience does affect that. And Soul Fox and Proper D, both competitors, whether in this game or within other VR esports titles for a while now. So they definitely knew what needed to be done to be competitive and be, an actual team to kind of worry about. And, they've been doing a great job of it. Proper D's put off some really incredible shots. Be interested to see him pull his leftovers group that he has from the Pavlov side into VRML or the Onward side. And speaking of that, he's going to find that sneak peek onto Jamesify, and that's going to put him into a dangerous position for this cat.
Yeah, Lonely Viper is not going to be very effective at that distance if Proper D can get this confirm onto Jamesify. And so there it is. The call out comes in from Jamesify. On the call is Soul Fox going to be ready for MRTV. No, he's not ready. Sebastian there, he's tucked a little too far into the wall. Couldn't fire his gun. Soul Fox plows up the stairs, finds Nietzsche on the upstairs part of... Is it Nietzsche?
FYI.
Nietzsche,
yeah,
okay.
I saw the correction in chat. I just wanted to make sure we...
Proper D finding Sebastian there. Lonely Viper with the confirm, and now it's a 1v1.
It's a cap, though. Soul Fox just walks inside and goes to cap. It's a cap all day.
Yeah. Lonely
but
Viper's
now
rushing in.
Viper is on the move. Look at him fly.
He's using those Cybershoes like a maniac. Soul Fox pulls up, not in time. Lonely Viper secures quarantine. He cannot believe that he got that. And I don't believe it either, honestly. But Team Green will take that victory on the back of a nice little series of plays by Viper and Team Green as a whole. Wow, wow, wow. There it is. In 2 maps, we have secured the second match. Now it's all down to match number 3. That is going to be Team Green versus Team Blue. And that is going to most likely decide who will be our winner here today.
Quite possibly, yeah. Soul Fox Gaming and Proper D making a great last-ditch attempt to try and turn this game around. Both of them coming in from different directions, cleaning up as they do, cleaning up the objective, putting it wide open. Unfortunately, Soul Fox didn't quite have the confidence and probably the map knowledge to realize that Viper was sniping from the east side of the map and the objective was relatively open for him to cap. Obviously, when he finally made his move, it was when Viper had also made his move. But Soul Fox Gaming and Property almost turning that around, and it was a great play to see, and I really was rooting for that cap or that victory from Team Red, because Team Red have been playing really well throughout the series, both series, and I really wanted to see this go a little bit further. But I'm psyched. I can't wait to see what Team Blue and Team Green bring to the table.
Yeah, we're gonna take our short intermission here. Again, thank you to everybody who's tuned in so far in venues at Gamescom and on all the other platforms that we're in. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us. We've got one more match for you, so don't go anywhere. That will decide who the winner is, and we will be back with that setup here in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere. Actually, do go somewhere, get some water, stay hydrated, and we will be back in just a few moments.